33 years in limbo is a long time for a release to see the light of day, even more so for a band that has not even existed since 1984. But Hellhammer is no ordinary band, having attained legendary status for their influence on 3 decades of heavy music. Of particular note is their prominence as a cornerstone of black metal. Primary masterminds Tom G. Warrior and Martin Ain have always distanced themselves from the raw, unpolished nature of Hellhammer's aural legacy. Easy to understand when the almighty Celtic frost emerged, fully formed from the ashes of Hellhammer's sacrificial demise. Now, in 2016, capricious fate has conspired to augment the legacy of these vaunted innovators. With the perpetrator's permission and participation, a new 7-inch single, originally planned in 1984 but rendered null upon the band's expiration, has emerged from the heavy and loud ether. Released by Warrior's own Prowling Death Records and Century Media, Blood Insanity features the songs Blood Insanity on Side A and Maniac on Side B. Both tracks taken from the recording sessions for 1983 demos Death Fiend and Triumph of Death, and newly mastered by Warrior confidant and Triptykon guitarist V. Centura. Only 3,000 copies were pressed in a variety of editions, 1,000 copies of the black vinyl, 600 transparent red, and 300 copies each of white, silver, and clear. An additional 500 copies of a picture disc featuring a black Hellhammer logo on a white background were produced as well. Recorded in June of 1983, these 2 tracks represent an interesting tangent for Hellhammer, not mired in blackened sludge like The Reaper, nor akin to the primitive death burl of Crucifixion, not even similar to the proto-frost of Triumph of Death. Blood Insanity and Maniac maintain a certain swagger that illuminates another dimension to Hellhammer's genius. Initially conceived as a new wave of British heavy metal styled 7-inch single, it is easy to see why these 2 songs were chosen for such a concept. Loose and rocking, these sordid tunes show a kinship with such British luminaries as Motorhead and Venom. Most recently found on the 2008 demo compilation Demon Entrails, V. Centura has remastered these 2 tracks for this release. While the 2008 compilation featured a thick and dense mix, the clarity found on this release allows the character of each individual instrument to be heard above the sonic maelstrom. The benefit of being released on vinyl lends a lively ambience and deeper dimension to these songs. While Maniac is the most similar to the extant Hellhammer catalog, its clattering bass provides a certain buoyancy to this number. Worth the price of admission alone, the drum excursion near the beginning sets the pace for a relentless assault. Like a pounding storm, the vocals rage with a punked-up death howl, and true buzzsaw guitars eviscerate anything within earshot of the speakers. Blood Insanity, with its thunderous building bass, kicks off in gnarly fashion. The song swarms the ears before a sly and dirty riff competes with the bass for supremacy. The guitars chug and the bass soldiers on through a distorted haze. A touch of melody provides a short reprieve as a brief guitar solo interrupts the metallic onslaught. Particularly feral, the vocal attack snarls with a vitriolic glee. Pioneers in heavy metal, death metal, and black metal, this Blood Insanity single should add death and roll to their list of accolades. With a swing and some swagger, this 2-song single adds another dimension to the Hellhammer legacy.